Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muqriz Syafee from Group 4 and I want to present about saponification. Saponification is a conversion of oil, lipid or fat into a soap and alcohol. They change because of the action of heat by the presence of aqueous alkali. Example is sodium hydroxide. There is two things that you can create using a saponification process. First, you can create a soap, and second, you can create a detergent. And I want to explain about soap first. Soap is a salt of fatty acid which is formed by a reaction between alkali and a fatty acid, which is a long chain of carboxylic acid. There is two types of soap. First is sodium salt. Sodium salt is a if we use a sodium hydroxide for the reaction. And second is potassium salt. Potassium salt is a if we use potassium hydroxide in the reaction. And the general formula for these two type of soap is a RCOO and A for sodium salt and RCOOK for the potassium salt. Now for the history of soap. At the year of 2800 BC, Babylonian already have their own soap, but there is no recorded data for their ingredient. So that's our archaeologists said this is not a soap. This is something else they use for cleaning things. And at the year of 2200 BC, a Mesopotamian start to create their own soap since our archaeologists find an engraved tablet that contained a recipe for soap. And for the Egyptian at the year of 100,500 BC, they make their own soap using a vegetable oils and animal fat. And for the next 1000 years, at the year of 200 AD, the first illusion of soap is recorded from a guy from a famous physician named Galen. And at the year of 600 AD, a soap guild is created and a modern formula of soap is created. And for the next few hundred years, a normal people produce their own soap and sell them by a price 0.3 dinars per bar. And until industrial revolution where factories make a mass produce of soap, so a normal people just can buy them and doesn't need to make themselves. That's all. Okay, now is detergent. Detergent is a salt that is produced by a reaction between alkali and sulfonic acid. Basically, detergent is a salt of sulfonic acid. And detergent also contain many other substances to increase their effectiveness to clean our clothes and other things. And synthetic detergent also made from a hydrocarbon, a petroleum base like a propane. The first additive is biological enzyme. The example is amylase and protease. The function is to remove protein type of stain such as blood. Second is whitening agent. The example is sodium perbonate. Is to convert stain into a colorless substance. And third, optical whitening. The additive is fluorescent dyes. The function is to add brightness and whiteness into white fabric. Third is builder. Example of builder is sodium tripolyphosphate, is to enhance the cleaning efficiency of detergent by softening the water. And third, suspension agent is carboxymethyl cellulose, is to prevent dirt particle from remove dirt particle from redepositing the fabric again. And third, filler, sodium sulfate, is to add the bulk of the detergent and to enable it to pour easily. And third, foam control agents is silicone to control foaming in detergent. And lastly, the second most important additive is fragrance, is to add fragrance into detergent and fabric. Okay, now I will explain about the molecule of soap before we get through the cleaning action. When we put soap into a water, it will dissolve into two parts of ion. First, the sodium part, and second is the soap. And the soap ion can be divided into two regions. The first region is a head, and the second is the tail. The head is the hydrophilic one, and tail is the hydrophobic. Okay, now I will explain about the cleaning action. When we put a soap into a wet surface, it will reduce the surface tension and the hydrophobic and hydrophilic region will dissolve into a water and the dirt. The hydrophobic region will lift up the dirt and change it into a small drops of grease. And next, water will attract all the soap ion and produce a bubble, and the bubble is where all the dirt contained and will be rinsed off immediately after we rinse it. And the cleaning action of detergent is fundamentally same. The only thing changed is the head region, which is contained sulfide ROSO3- to increase the effectiveness of cleaning. Now I want to talk about the differences between soap and detergent. First, the cleansing power. Soap is so much weaker than the detergent because of the additive that we add and the use of sulfonic acid in detergent. And second, the ease of rinsing. Soap is so hard to wash away and it will stain the fabric. Meanwhile, detergent is so easy to rinse. Third is the pH level. Soap is a slightly alkaline. Detergent, if you use detergent, we can control the pH level according to our need to use it. And third, the molecular structure of soap and detergent. Soap, their molecular structure will be taken from the fatty acid that we use. Detergent, we can customize it to our needs. And third, formation of scum. If you use hard water on soap, it will form a scum and it will not look very good in the item. And detergent cannot form a scum because it will not react with the alkali in the hard water.